Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. I thought of making this video because it's been a very long time since I uploaded something on my YouTube channel, and I felt that what I want to talk about is very relatable to quite a few of you who've joined Clubhouse. I have also joined Clubhouse. I joined it a few days back, and I just wanted to talk about three things that I don't like about it, and I really wonder if I'm the only one who feels this way. So I'd like to know your thoughts, and I would be very interested in knowing whether you guys like Clubhouse or not. So I'll jump right into it. The first thing that I don't like about Clubhouse is the fact that while there is an option to raise your hand when you're in the audience, there is no option for you to raise your hand when you're a speaker. So what's happened with me many times is that I have wanted to say something, and so I raise my hand when I'm in the audience, and the moderator puts me up in the speaker section. But then once I'm there, there is no way for me to tell the moderator that I want to speak next. So some of you who are very familiar with Zoom know that in Zoom, if you want to say something, you can raise your hand, and the person who is moderating the Zoom session sees that your hand is up and then asks you to unmute yourself, thereby allowing you to speak. But unfortunately, I don't see that feature on Clubhouse. So many times what's happened is that I've been in the speakers panel, and I'm just waiting for someone to stop talking so that I can start talking. But I've noticed that I never get that opportunity, because the moment one person stops talking, somebody else starts, then somebody else starts, then somebody else starts. And the moderators, I've noticed, hardly ensure that everybody speaks. That's my personal experience. So that's the first problem. The second problem I've noticed is that there is the moderator. It's about the moderator. I've noticed that in most groups, the moderator speaks a lot. And I've also noticed that there are a few people in these groups who end up taking up space and speaking a lot. And I've also noticed that there are many groups where you have hundreds of people, 200 people, 400 people, and I am somebody who does not feel comfortable speaking in front of so many people, and I know a lot of you guys also probably feel that way. So how do we find a way to create smaller groups, and that is something that I still haven't figured out, because these large groups are quite intimidating, and it also becomes very hard for people like myself to share our views and our thoughts when you have hundreds of people online at a time. And as I mentioned before, the moderators who I have interacted with, or rather who I've seen in Clubhouse, I've noticed they don't do a very good job of moderating, because they are the ones who love to talk, and they usually let one or two people speak. So I think that's also problematic. And the third problem that I face with Clubhouse is that I'm finding it very hard to find groups. I think that's what they're called, groups, that I'm really interested in. So for example, when I log into Clubhouse, I have a list of chats, I think they're called, where conversations are going on, and most of them are about topics that I'm not interested in. And there is no way to filter out which ones you're interested in and which ones you're not interested in. So I think today actually, I noticed right at the top of my newsfeed, I had conversations about Bitcoin and about angel investing, and I'm not into all that stuff. I don't know how that came in my newsfeed, and I wish there was an option for me to just delete it. Like in Facebook, you can unfollow people, and Instagram, you can unfollow people. I wish I could just unfollow these groups. I don't know where it came from. So that's it. These are the three things I don't like, and I'll just kind of quickly recapitulate what they are. The first issue that I find with Clubhouse was the hand raising issue. The second issue that I faced was with the moderators not giving enough people a chance to speak, and also being in rooms with lots and lots of people. And the third issue that I faced was with the kind of groups or the chats, or whatever you call it, that were popping up in my timeline, and me not being able to filter out the ones I'm not interested in. Now, it could be that because I'm new, I haven't figured out everything about Clubhouse yet. So in case there is something that I have missed out on, or maybe a mistake that I'm making, please feel free to mention that. Also, in case any of you want to get into Clubhouse, you can let me know. I have 1 or 2 invites left. My email ID is in the YouTube description section, so you could send me an email, and I'll see if I can connect with you and send you an invite. I don't, as I mentioned before, I have very few. So that's it. I hope you guys are having a good time, and I hope you guys are staying safe. And those of you who are in Clubhouse, have fun and enjoy. I hope you have a better time on Clubhouse than I am. Okay, bye. Take care.